So why Unreal Engine 4? Well, the purpose of Project HOVR, again, is to illustrate how easy and intuitive it can be to create and iterate on game design concepts for the purpose of developing prototypes or even whole games, similar to what I'm doing with Project HOVR. Unreal Engine 4, in my opinion, is the best tool to start with for the widest group of potential game developers, because it is designed from the ground up with the indie developer in mind. So, of course, I have no affiliation with Epic Games or the Unreal Engine team, but as an enthusiast and as somebody who's been making mods for games for a long time, I have a little bit of programming knowledge myself. But even if I didn't, Unreal Engine 4 is easily accessible. So, essentially, the things that make Unreal Engine 4 easy are: you have access to the Blueprint visual scripting system, which in my experience is one of the most robust and most intuitive visual scripting systems available. You also have access to a lot of community features and community support that simply don't exist in other forums. Really, the only other community that has anything close to the level of participation and user-to-user feedback and assistance would be the Unity engine community. So, in my opinion, Unreal Engine 4 is the easiest for those who have no background in programming or scripting simply because of blueprints. And by learning the Blueprint visual scripting system, you'll also learn many of the fundamental core aspects of the Unreal Engine that go over and above what would typically be required just from coding, from material editing to cinematic editing. There are a lot of things that basically use, if not exactly the same, at least a very similar user interface and have very similar commands and processes. So by learning the visual scripting system known as blueprints in Unreal Engine, you'll also be developing skills that will aid you in other areas of game design. So you're kind of doing double or even triple learning for each hour you put into learning the Unreal Engine design process.